if I continued this on, I feel like I would be not settling is the wrong word, right? Because amazing person, but it would have felt like I would have been like, I'm not reaching my full happiness potential here. What taking all those risks has taught me, moving from place to place. Yeah, people come in and out of your life a lot. Yeah. Throughout my travels. Very little people actually stay constant pictures in your story.
That's what I'm looking for. Like, where can we really take this? Because the amount we've invested, we should have had a studio by now. We should have had a condo, you know?
People have an opinion about stuff they don't have no idea about.
Have no clue.
I'm like, you have no clue about it. No. You didn't live it with me. The one thing I've learned from all of these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it punishes you, bro, for not being consistent. And I want to make sure that when I have kids, when and if that happens, I set a great example for them. Because I've seen what great examples in other families, strong figureheads in other families causes. That is the standard. That's it.
Let's flat out. Big teams, big boys, eh? My highs and lows, inherit growth, Mr. Deeds. Went from juggling 3 jobs to CEO like I'm Steve. Never been a rotten apple, call me John Appleseed. That's how I bleed. God can see, no other man can judge me. Call him Mike, Mr. International, getting cream. Single mother told me worth, and now I'm worth everything. Went from Wall Street to Abu Dhabi, straight rolling in a Maserati with women that feel exotic. My life too pristine.
Man, you didn't have to do them like that, man. You didn't have to do them like that.
It was film day.
Yeah.
We gotta make a statement.
Exactly. We gotta make a statement. Last flight out, man. Flight out. Welcome back to the Last Flight Out podcast. We're your hosts, Mike and Jay. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and subscribe to the YouTube channel where we could be found at Last Flight Out Podcast across all of our social media channels. I'm your host, Jay. You can find me at JLubrio26 across all of my social media channels, and you can follow Mike at
If Mike Was Here.
Mike, how did we get here, man? Last episode of season 4. It's been a tough season. We're both tired. You know that picture where MJ is like leaning over after the flu game? That's how I feel. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, definitely feels like that, man.
It's been a tough season. It's been a tough go. We had a lot of gut punches, but we still standing.
Yeah.
Right, we're still standing. So let's run it down. I'll go with the first one, which we already said in episode 2. The first fall on this is we had no guests in Paris. So we essentially went there.
No, we had a guest.
We had a guest. But I'm just saying we had no guest episode. We didn't have a guest, and we already talked about a whole episode of what the learning lessons were from there, so I don't want to rehash it there. Yeah. We switched editors.
We switched editors.
Which has been a process.
Yeah.
Right? We switched editors. All of our guests last minute canceling in this season. We have some more guests in NYC.
We're not last minute cancel. I would say that's on us. I would say we haven't fully reached our potential of being a global podcast where both of us don't have to be in an episode to make it happen.
Right.
And so I think we need to use that more, where if there's somebody here, a guest that's gonna
they're just
that'll
gonna talk
be
to you,
dope to get their story. Yeah, it's like, yo, capture it. Because I don't even think people unless we're, what is it? Unless we're Jay Shetty or something. Like Jay Shetty has his shit planned out 6 months.
I mean, there's probably people hitting him up. Let me get on the show, right?
And it's scheduled. For us, it's like we gotta, you want to go this week? Let's go. This week we're getting you. You're free.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple, and also taking advantage of when people are free and they actually say yes to the opportunity.
Yeah.
I think that there was at least 1 or 2 occasions this season where somebody was like, yeah, I can do it. And then we followed up.
Yeah.
Crickets. Crickets. So we definitely learned from that. And also balancing this whole podcasting with our careers is always you're flying here from Dubai 14 hours just to make this happen. I'm going to eventually have to do that in the fall again or later in the summer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those kind of flights wear on you. And I think to your point, we have to get better at doing the solos. If we have somebody that's there, obviously, if the person's big enough, we're gonna move heaven and earth to get there. Not that all our guests are not big enough, but there's certain people that should be tackled on our own, right? Like there's certain people that obviously we're both gonna want to be in the room, right? Just because we are a fan of them or whatever it may be, right? And I just think that we do need to take advantage of the fact that there are many people in the UAE that are interested in getting on the podcast. There's plenty of people here in New York. sometimes act Hollywood, but there's plenty of people here. There's plenty of people here in New York, and I think that this season has just felt longer. Is that fair to say? Like it's just felt longer to get
it off, to get it
off the ground, to finish it, to edit it. So it's been, and on top of that, we did 2 test runs of the digital podcast platform. So I think that's why it felt like a little bit more work. And why you don't tell a little bit about the people how we're going to fix our 0 dark 30 problem now that everyone's been complaining about, or at least a handful of people have complained about.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more so, we've been staging it as seasons where we could get in the studio. But I think for us, it's just all about just content and putting out good work. So I don't think it should stop. Like it's not seasons. It's 2025. There's no reason why we can't pick up a camera and like just hit the record and like give people the information that they want and, that they need. So I think there's no seasons for that.
Yeah. So I think we're going to tweak. Obviously, we're going to tweak the template. We're going to tweak our, like the things we're talking about. I think it's going to be still more like off the cuff, current event stuff, but also give an update to the people as to what we're doing over the summer. I know you got some plans. I know I'm going to be working like hell this summer. So I'm going to be inside. I want to be outside, but I think to be able to talk about, like, just continue it, because like honestly, this is like what I've learned about this game, and me doing TikToks every day. So like it literally, like you said, just pick up my camera. Like those videos are not like, those are things I think about. I just say it and I just go on CapCut or whatever, throw on the text, and that's it. And I forget about it. And that literally takes me 3 minutes. Yeah. Like it takes me 3 minutes. Now I'm not going viral, getting 1 million views off of it, but I'm chopping out 3-4 followers each and every time I do that. You multiply that by 30, got 100 followers a month. You multiply that by a year, that's 1,000, and then you start compounding after that, right? Like I'm not trying to be famous or anything like that, but the TikTok game is really where it's at right now. I think that is the platform where you get the most exposure, and it'll help hopefully bring more people to the podcast. Yeah, IG is kind of like the Unk app now.
No, I think just in general, it's content. Like people's using like their everyday lives just as content, and it's not pretty. It's not, it's like even like, about a template. I don't even think about it's about that. It's just having like real conversation, or having conversation that people want to hear. Like, and let us know in the comments, like, what do you want us to speak more about? Let us know, what do you expect from us, from a podcast? And I think we could go off of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always open to suggestions. I mean, we've spoken about so many things. So like, obviously if people want us to talk about anything under the sun, I don't think there's anything that we can't give our own thoughts about it, right? Yeah. Like about something and talk about it in an intelligent way, in a respectful manner. But I just think that now we're getting deeper into our bag in terms of like, getting better about flushing things out, talking about things more deeply. And speaking about things deeply, it's been something that we've been wanting to talk about my personal life for a long time, right? So I think a lot of people at this point know, if you follow me, right? I am no longer in a relationship. Right.
Ooh, okay.
We're not talking about that long. I'm no longer in a relationship. And we're not going to go ahead and talk about the who's and the what's and he said versus she said. No. Look, wish her nothing but the best, right? Obviously, they wish her nothing but the best. It just, when people ask me why, because I think it was a huge shock as to when I told people, right? Like the small amount of people that I told, it was just not a good fit for me anymore. Yeah. Right. Like it just wasn't a good fit for me anymore. And like, at the time of this recording, hopefully when it comes out, the Knicks will have a coach already. But it's like what I just told you, the analogy that my boy told me. So I don't even take credit for this analogy, but my boy told me this analogy because we were talking about it just in the grand scheme of life and basketball and relationships and girls and our futures and all that. But he basically said the right way to do something, like the Knicks. Imagine if everyone's talking about how the Knicks don't have a plan. The Knicks don't have a plan. Why don't we have a head coach? Why don't we have a head coach as of the timing of this recording? Imagine that Tibbs was in game 6 or 7 and you heard rumors, because everything leaks nowadays. Shams Chandaria comes out and says, Knicks are interviewing Jason Kidd, or Knicks are talking to Jason Kidd for a new position. Would that give Tom Thibodeau an incentive to know that he's a lame duck coach, to just continue to coach? Or the right thing to do is, as soon as the playoffs finish, whenever they finish, is say, look, Tom, we don't think you're the guy who's going to take us over the hump, but thank you for everything. We're going to cut it off short here, so we're not dragging you along, right? and wasting your time. But meanwhile, we're getting the benefit of having you as a coach. But meanwhile, we're scanning for your replacement.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing in my life, right? Like, you know, he was telling me, you know, everyone when you date somebody and when you're with somebody, you know, you go on a few dates. A few dates turns into, you know, staying over your house. You meet the parents. You spend Christmases together, Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
After you do that for a few years, and you look at the person and say, I don't know what the perfect match is for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that you're not the perfect match for me.
Yeah.
It's at that point that you need to let somebody know, whether it's your girl, a business partner, a best friend, or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, I don't see you in that light anymore.
Yeah.
You no longer fit that role in my life. And that's a painful thing to do.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the hardest decisions I had to come to grips with, because I'm just like, you know, the person loves me. I love them. You know, we're seemingly, we have our ups and downs, but I had to contend with, this is the ceiling of this relationship.
Okay.
And if you know anything about me, I don't fuck with ceilings, right? Like I couldn't stand be like, look, if I continue this on, I feel like I would be, not settling is the wrong word, right? Because amazing person, but it would have felt like I would have been like, I'm not reaching my full happiness potential here.
Okay.
Right? We're not going to go into like why or stuff like that. We're not talking about that.
I want to break it down to the audience, because you're being very politically correct. You're throwing analogies. Not everybody's a Knicks fan, so they don't even know. But basically, I guess, you know, you kind of weren't happy in a relationship, but then you're the bad guy either way, I guess, and how you ended it.
It would have been. I would have been the bad guy either way.
You feel like you shouldn't be the bad guy, and you feel like that's how seemingly like.
No, that has nothing to do with good guy or bad guy or whatever it is. Okay. It's just a general update. I'm just saying, like, it would have been a painful decision either way. Okay. Whether I did it the right way, the wrong way, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Look, I tell people all the time, because to what. And this ties around to the podcast, is to, like, you know, taking opportunities. Yeah. What taking all those risks has taught me, moving from place to place. Yeah. People come in and out of your life a lot. Yeah. Throughout my travels. Mm-hmm. Very little people actually stay constant pictures in your story. Okay. So, like, it was just a time where it was like, yo, the next chapter couldn't continue with this character. It's almost like killing off a character in a series. Okay. Right? It's a shock. You've seen series before where they've killed off a character. You're like, why could they do that? How could they do that? Right? They killed my boy Pascal from The Last of Us in the second episode of his last season. So, like, you know,
people want to know though.
No, people, you want to know. No, I don't want to know.
People want to know because people are like, you know, I guess people were a fan of your girl because you talk highly of her and all that, very respectful.
Man, let me tell you something about her. Yeah. She's a great person, bro. Yeah. Like, she's a great person. Like, she has a great personality. Like, I have nothing, there's nothing wrong for me to say about her.
So now that you are back to the streets, right?
No, I'm in the office. I'm not in the streets. I'm in the office.
People want to know, there may be people now that's like, oh, I want to shoot my shot at John. Jay, you know, I want to shoot my shot at him, but damn, he had what they see, perfect girlfriend. He talked highly of her. So what is it that you want? You know?
Nah, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about this.
What is it? Because people are going to be curious. Like, man. Man, what gets Jay going?
Right now, man, I have retired. I'm staying on the sideline.
Okay, so you're not single, ready to mingle.
I'm not ready to mingle. I'm just single.
Okay, just
right?
single.
I'm just single.
Okay.
I think right now I'm just taking this time. Bro, you have to take time for yourself.
You got to.
Like, I'm exhausted. Like, you know what I mean? I just want to chill for a little bit. Okay. You know, I just want to chill for a little bit. I am just like, dude, like, I'm so picky around who I have in my life anyway. Like, in terms of, like, you see me, like, I've had the same friends. Like, you've been in my circle now for like a few years. How many different friends do I have? It's the same dudes. Like, it's the same people. So, like, for me to bring somebody into my life in that such an intimate place, and also I'm not easy to deal with in terms of, like, my work schedule, my travel schedule. Like, yo, who's gonna sign up for that? Yeah. Like, who's gonna sign up for somebody who's like, yo, this guy barely got any time for me? Like, who's gonna do that? But that's the reason why I'm good being by myself right now, because the right person is gonna understand that. Yeah. Right. And everybody says they want somebody.
He's gonna be busy, but no, he might say, "Hey, let's go to Monaco for
That's how I roll. I mean, there's proof out there that that's how I roll, right? So that's how I roll. Like, that's just how I roll. Like, it's just somebody's like, yo, like when I got the time, you'll get it, baby. Like, that's how it is, right? Like, you're gonna get the time when I got it. Now, when I get the time, I can't tell you when that's gonna be.
Yeah.
There's people who want to be making plans with me 3-4 months in advance. That's not how that really works.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like with me. So like you were trying to over here lock me down for podcasting. We couldn't do that 2 weeks before this.
Yeah.
So like
that's been tough.
And you're my business partner. Right? So like imagine somebody who's I'm just meeting, who I don't have any obligations to. So I mean, look, man, like for the next person, whoever that is going to be or whenever that it's going to be, all I want is a source of inspiration or motivation. It has to start there.
Okay.
Right? Yo, if you want to be a window wash, and people would think like, oh, your occupation doesn't matter to me. It's how you approach your occupation and how you and the attitude you have day to day.
Okay.
If you're a window washer, go be the best fucking window washer.
Yeah.
Because that's how I approach my life.
Okay.
I try to be the best lawyer I can each and every day.
Yeah.
I try to be the best podcaster I can be each and every day. I try to be the best person I can be each and every day. And you're going to fail some days, and that's okay. But it's the attitude, I'm going to pick myself up by my bootstraps, as they say, and try to be better at it the next day, or you're going to be bitching and moaning about it.
Okay.
Right? You chose to be a part of this. You know what my standard is. Meet the standard, and I'll meet your standard. Right?
All right.
The person that you choose to be next to you has a high influence on you on a day-to-day basis, bro. If you're around somebody who is sad all the time, you're more likely going to be sad.
It's definitely going to rub off on you.
It's going to rub out of you.
Yeah.
You're somebody who plays the victim card on themselves and complain all the time. It's going to start happening to you. Or if you're around somebody who's like, there's no excuses aside from you literally being incapacitated or disabled, yo, we got to get this shit done.
Yeah.
Those are the type of people I have around me. I mean, you see my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the type of people I have around me consistently. So I'm going to accept a lower standard from somebody else. And I'm not saying that happened within my last relationship. I'm just saying like, we're going to accept that now? No.
Okay.
I have a lot of goals that I'm working towards that I'm working towards. I have this podcast that I'm super committed to. I have my family that I'm super committed to. So whoever's going to fit into this square hole that I have right now is going to fit in perfectly. And I'm not going to ask them to change anything about themselves.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people make a lot of compromises when they don't need to. Accept me for who I am. And if you don't want to be with me, don't be afraid of being by yourself.
Yeah.
Being by yourself teaches you a lot about what peace feels like. Oh, brother, let me tell you something. When you feel this peace, you don't let nobody get in between you and this peace.
Yeah.
So like if the peace is, if you're there disrupting my peace or bothering me, why you don't got time for me? Why you don't got this? Blah, blah, blah. I don't want you a part of my life. I'm good, yo. There's like 8 billion people in the world.
Are you on the mentality of your next relationship is your last? Or
I mean, how can you have such a I hate thinking about these grandiose ways. Like, why do you ask me these questions, bro? I feel like you want to know.
No, some people have intentions. You never know. Some people are like, yo, I'm intending the next one's going to be the one. Or are you just like, hey, I just want to chill. I'm doing me. And hey, I want to have a little fun.
I mean, I'm 30, I'm about to turn 35 years old.
Yeah.
Right? I'm about to turn 35 years old. I'm trying to make the run up to partner at my firm right now. So it's a very weird time for me.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't like to date like messing around casually like that because I'm a very intellectually deep person. Like I like to connect with somebody.
Yeah.
And even with and I think that causes some problems for people because like, yo, I connect with you emotionally, mentally, but this is not a relationship. Like, what is this? It throws people off, admittedly. But that's the way I like to roll. I can't be with somebody who's just like, yo, what you doing? Like, come pull up. Like, that doesn't do it for me. Like, yo, as soon as, I've done that when I was in my 20s. Like, that's cool and all in theory. But like, you want to have a conversation sometimes. Like, you have a long day. I don't want to hear about like dumb shit that you talk about. Let's talk about how was your day? How do you think about this? How do you view the world in this way? Like, why do you think that way? Like, I want to know about all these things about some people. Do I want to jump into a super serious relationship right away? Obviously not, because, you still want to fully be ready for that commitment, knowing what that feels like to be with somebody else, right? Like, I don't want to do my next person a disservice. And not that I'm looking for that person, but like, I want to be able to be in a space where I'm prepared for something like that and that type of emotional commitment. And you need to have that emotional capacity. Yeah. It's just one of those things that I feel like I had to get off my chest because a lot of people have been bringing it up a lot lately, even though it's been a minute now. Like, it's been a while. Like, people bring it up in the context of like, like they in a complete shock. Like it's like, yo,
Yeah.
like
people still ask, I guess, because it was never put out there. So people are like, oh, what's up with, like, people ask me, oh, what's up with Jay, you know, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, why are you asking? It's like, oh, because I don't see any more mentions of, you know, those girls. So people ask,
taking down notes. No, you know what? People have asked me and I've been honest with them. And I think the first thing is that they ask, did you cheat? The first thing people say, did you cheat? Did you cheat? Because I think it's so, I want to be careful here because I don't want this to get misconstrued. I think the way that it happened, and if you know the intricacies of how we eventually decided to separate, people are like, that's not the way it usually happens. Right? In terms of who initiated it. Yeah. So they must have been like, because and I just think that I had to reframe their perspective in saying, this is gender neutral. Yeah. Right? Like, yeah, it may be one person, one gender tends to do it a certain way than another, but I just think that in being truthful with myself, I had to be like, I was the one who needed to initiate that conversation. Yeah. Because I couldn't stand to look at somebody or look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, yo, this is not it. Yeah. I couldn't do it. Yeah. And now the blowback from all that, what the lessons that I learned from that situation, I was like, damn, like I was talking to my parents about it and they basically told me, like, my dad basically said, that's why I never got close to none of my girlfriend's families or friends. Oh, for real? Because he's like, until you marry them. Until you marry them and you have, or you have a child more often. Yeah. Because you can't get rid of me. Now you got to deal with me forever now, right? Yeah. I'm there. But he's like, they're rent-a-friends essentially, right? And like, the thing is, like, I have a high level of respect for these people. Mm-hmm. Nice people, great people, you know, talented in what they do. But I'm just like, it doesn't need to be awkward. A relationship wasn't with you. Yeah. It was with this person. Yeah. And from what I know, people choose sides. They can go ahead and choose all the sides they want. I don't expect them to choose my side, but like, let's have a little bit. I have a mutual respect for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind seeing you on my social media. Like, I don't need to make such a deliberate flagpole to be like, you know, I've never engaged in any of that. Yeah. Right. So like for me, I think it's kind of quite childish in my opinion, unless something drastic really happened, abuse, cheating, something like that. Absolutely. Right. Yeah. But that's not what went down. Yeah. That's not what happened. Yeah. So I find it a little, you know, like I didn't want it to be their friend. Right. Now I understood that I met them through my ex. Right. But like, just because we no longer are together and to have opinions about something that you don't know anything about, like me and her were the only ones in that relationship, and me and her are the only ones that know what happened behind the closed doors. Yeah. She's going to have her side of the story. I'm going to have my side of the story. And somewhere in the middle is the truth, right? Yeah. Somewhere in the middle is the truth. So this is my truth because I have a platform and I've been seeing it. And I know from what I know, you know, there's certain rumblings on her side and how it happened and blah, 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 whatever. Yeah. And that's cool. Right. But some of the messages I got from her side of the fence weren't appreciated, and I just found it like kind of hurtful. Yeah. Like just to give you an example, like I'm not gonna mention who the person was, but when I was living in London, I literally came back for somebody's baby shower for 24 hours, and I flew back to London. Yeah. Because that person cared to them. That person was loved by the person I was with. Therefore, that person was important for me. Yeah, so he was like, let me show up for that person. Let me show up for that person. Yeah. I had no connection to this person, none whatsoever. I don't care, right? Yeah. Like, I don't care. Like, at that time, we weren't even together for that long, but I did it because that's the type of person that I am. I show up for my people's people. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have a boy that's important for us to show up to an event. I'm going to try to do it because he's important to you. Yeah. And you're important to me. So that's how that works. But like. And then that person, I guess, afterwards, had some ill words. Had some nasty words to say. Yeah. Like, it wasn't even cool. Like, I was like, this ain't cool at all. But yeah, some of the people who I didn't hear from after sending them a message, that also hurt too. Yeah. Right? That hurt too. And I was like, damn, like, I did more for you than I did for all my own people sometimes, right? And that hurt. Yeah. That hurt. That taught me a lot. That humbled me. Yeah. But I think it's to be expected, man. I've been through things like that, and it's like, it's always going to be, you know, that side versus your side, or
I mean, it's rare that it comes out that you could still remain kind of cordial or something like that.
Yeah. I think I think like my boy said, it has to have, we both have to be in relationships later on, and I think a lot of time has to pass, and then eventually,
exactly,
and then eventually,
it's
like, oh, whatever, it's done, it's over, like, like whatever, and we'll both be happy that it happened, and blah blah blah, because we would have met the love of our lives, and maybe hopefully for her sake, you know what I mean, like, and I genuinely mean that, like when people say that, like, I hope she finds the love of her life. I hope that she finds someone who literally makes her the happiest person in the world, gives her all the kids, gets her married. Like, there's nothing but good intentions from my end. Like, I have nothing bad to say about her, right? Like, and I'm gonna stand by that. And if the next person I'm with feels uncomfortable about that, then I think you're lame, because why would you want to be with somebody who talks shit about their ex?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so unless she did me dirty, right?
There are some people though that, like,
there's some people, some stuff of our past that do deserve the shit talk for sure, man.
Yeah, no, or some people that want you to be like, yo, all your exes are trash, and want you to downplay.
That's whack. That's whack, bro. That's immature, bro. That's immature. That's immature. But yeah, man. No, I'm not single, ready to mingle. So no DMs are closed for right now. Not like Speedy. No apps. No apps. No apps.
DMs are closed.
The DMs are closed. No apps. I'm just focused right now. I'm ready. But you'd be surprised, like, when you take this stance, when you're not looking for it.
Yo, but that's when it's going to come, though. When you least expect it, that's when someone may pique your interest. And it's like, and that's probably the best part about it.
Because I'm not fiending.
Yeah.
When I was 25 fiending, I couldn't find anything I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, all my relationships, including my last one, I found it when I wasn't even looking for it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how I'm going to take the stance, bro. I have experience on my side. Like, I'm about to turn 35, bro. Like, I don't need to be out here. Like, that's a YN sport to be outside all the time. That's a YN sport, right? And I can't do it, man. I can't do it any longer. But it's been an experience. It's been an experience. We'll see what the next couple years hold for me. I think it's taught me to be a lot more selective. To pay attention to certain things now. Like, you always learn from every relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't really made the same mistake twice.
Okay.
I can generally say that from relationship to relationship.
Yeah.
I picked up things that, hey, I do like this about this person. Therefore, I would like to see that in my next partner. And I've also seen things where I'm like, nah, as soon as I see that, it's going to be a complete, I saw how this goes, right? I see how this goes. But yeah, man, it's been interesting. I wasn't even expecting to. This was off the cuff. I didn't even talk to Mike that I was going to talk about this. I saw his eyes light up.
Nah, okay. Like, you're going deep into it.
Nah, I didn't. I just figured that it was time. It was time for me to get off my chest. And like, there's no further details. People try to ask me the details and stuff like that. I'm like, you don't need to know the details.
Yeah.
This is how it happened. That's it.
Yeah.
Why do you need to know the details? Why do you need to know everything? Like, you wasn't there with me day to day. I don't even tell you details.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing I learned. People have an opinion about stuff they don't have no idea about.
Have no clue.
I'm like, you have no clue about it.
Yeah.
You didn't live it with me.
Yeah.
I was in a long distance relationship for almost 6 years.
Yeah.
Traveling all over the world. That sounds cute and all outside, but it's exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Staying up till 4 a.m, talking to this person. Waking up mad early in the morning, talking to this person.
Yeah.
Being committed to someone.
It's not, it's not natural too. Like, long distance is not natural. Like, if you love someone, you want to naturally just be close to them, and
But if you stay long distance too long, it becomes a problem. You get used to it. You don't know the person when you move in with them.
Yeah.
When you get in close proximity with them. Everything sounds great. Everything sounds cute in long distance. But you're on a vacation with them every single time.
Yeah. So
you may think you're in a real relationship, but the real relationship doesn't start till you are together all the time.
Yeah.
Or at least in the same city.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and now, because I've been long distance and people know that, people are like, oh, I live in the Bronx. That shouldn't be a problem with you. Like, I'm like, nah, we still don't go to the Bronx. We still don't go to the Bronx. But nah.
Well, here, commuting here is crazy. Everything is an hour away, bro. Everything.
That's why I live right here, man. I'm not going to disclose the neighborhood because people be doxing people out here. But like, yeah, I live right here. So like, that's why I was like, I need to be close to stuff. I'll pay the tax. I see why people pay the tax. It's great. I don't need to get an Uber ever. I just take the train everywhere I go, man. It's been good, man. But what about you, man? How's it been going with you? Where you at right now in your life?
Man,
give the people where you at the end of season 4?
Season 4, what I'm doing? I'm about to go to ATL You know what I mean? About to see family and all that. That's it. Just locked in. Just locked in into this podcast, seeing where we could take it to the next level. You know,
It's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard.
So really, that's what I'm looking for. Like, where can we really take this? Because the amount we've invested, we should have had a studio by now. We should have had a condo. You know. So
yeah, but like you can't look at it like that, because there also has to be, like I said in prior episodes, there has to be a reason why you do everything.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? You always have to think about, like, my mentor sits down with me, and when he complains, when somebody complains on my team about how much they're working, he says, "Why are you doing this?" He looks at them. Are you doing this for the money, or are you doing this because you want to be the best lawyer you can?
Which I say, the money.
Part of it is the money, right? Because none of it. But the money will come. I've seen enough of my mentors where the money will come.
Yeah,
the money will come, but you have to stay true to the process.
Yeah,
you have to stick true to the process, and it's not like we're not getting. Anyway, he says the money gets old real quick. Because you make an M, true. You start making an M is not enough. You want 2. 2, that's not enough. You want 3, 4. When does it stop? Bro, when I first started this job, and I was making like $250,000 starting this job, I thought that was all the money in the world. In 6 months, I was like, where's my next raise? A couple of those all-nighters,
Yeah, when it's not balanced, then it's like it's not enough.
Then why am I doing this? Couple of those all-nighters, but you're looking at the guy who has 10, 12 years of experience, who's driving the Lambo truck, who's going to all the vacations that you want, who's doing all this, but he did everything that you're doing. Yeah. And on top of that, like, you have to decide, what is your balance? What do you want? Like, what do you want out of this? Like, obviously money's a big factor in all of our lives. I'm beyond blessed that I am financially good. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm able to do most of the things that I want. Like, I'm saving, investing, all that is taken care of. Great. Thank you, the Lord. But I was about to burn out a few years ago in Abu Dhabi because I was doing it just because of the money. And then the podcast kind of saved me in a way and gave me new perspective, because I need to make that money in order to fund this passion. Right? Like, so now I'm doing it because, like, damn, I want to continue the podcast. Yeah. Because this ain't cheap. You can go ahead and see season 1, whatever it is, where we talk about the costs. This ain't cheap. Traveling everywhere ain't cheap. Going to Dubai for 3 days ain't cheap. Coming to New York every time you're here ain't cheap. Going to this and that to do cheap. To travel to whoever it ain't cheap. Like, it's all money. It's all money. Money's the root of all evil. Yeah. So we need to get the bread up. That's why you stay in your job. Even though you want to be lit as a travel influencer, but you stay in your job because you want to get lit. Yeah. Right?
No, not because I want to get lit, but because there's a balance in my job. The balance in my job makes it all worth it. It's like, okay, have my time.
That's cool. What I'm saying, though, is that you can even have even more balance if you wanted to. If you wanted to take a further pay cut, but what I'm saying is,
there won't be no balance with a pay cut. Actually, no.
No, you're working 9 to 3.
Yeah. I have a great balance.
No, but what I'm saying is that I have a certain number I want to get to in my head. And I can guarantee you, when I get to that number, it's not going to be enough for me. I'm still going to want more. But I'm going to remember this conversation by saying, you said that you have to analyze your life as to where you're at and see if that's where you want it to be. Yeah. Right now, I'm not where I want to be, even though I'm good where I'm at right now. My boy says all the time, if we retired, my boy Alex, we retired right now, bro, our families would be like, yo, you made it the furthest anyone in our bloodline has ever made it, right? Yeah. Like, but that ain't enough for me. I'm trying to build legacy right now, man. And I want to make sure that when I have kids, when and if that happens, I set a great example for them. Because I've seen what great examples in other families, strong figureheads in other families causes. That is the standard. That's it.
Yeah.
If you ever notice kids of wealth fund, like hedge fund kids and like trust fund kids, they're all professionals at the end of the day. I mean, obviously their parents.
And sometimes they blow it.
Sometimes they blow it. They could be financially irresponsible. That's something totally different. But at least they go to college. At least they go get a fucking master's degree, because you know why? That is the standard that they have seen. There's nothing but that. That is it.
Yeah.
When you come from a first generation immigrant home, it can go either way. It's a wild card. You can go both ways.
Yeah.
You can go my route, where I was like, yo, I need to make my parents proud. I need to make sure that I make good on their sacrifice by coming here, be well educated, climb up the corporate ladder, go be an entrepreneur. Or you could be like, I remember repeat the same mistakes my parents did when I was younger, which I have examples of that close to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, from very young, I was like, I'm not repeating the exam. I'm not repeating their mistakes.
Yeah.
And they never talked to us about any of that stuff because they were kids when they had us, right? So you need to be in a place, bro, in your life where honestly, you just need to set your own standards and your own, like, what you want to do. Like, in terms of, like, what is your barometer? Who's your standard? Who's your northern light? Like, those are all questions that are important, that should be important to you. People don't have mentors. People don't have mentees. People don't have people they look up to. And that's what I'm trying to build my TikTok brand as, like, as someone, like, who looks, and you'd be surprised the DMs that I get, man, like, all positive, like, yo, I needed to hear this today. Like, thank you so much. I have no idea who you are as a person. Like, but, like, this is what I need to hear today, because I have been the benefactor of people telling me things that I needed to just get through the hour. Yeah. So I want to be able to give that back in this podcast, on TikToks, or whatever it is. Definitely. I'm gonna leave the travel thing to you. Like, you're much more. I'm gonna leave the travel thing to you. But I travel, but I'm not. I do that. I don't want to show. I'm too lazy to be putting together your videos and the type of videos you be putting in. Those are too lit for me, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for sure, definitely want to keep the podcast going, but it's how can we really make it efficient? How can we keep providing the people on a consistent basis without losing ourselves? So that's the main thing. Yeah. So I don't want to lose myself doing this. So it's like, all right, how can we make this efficient? How can we do this at a higher level?
What do you mean by that?
Losing ourselves by, like, yo, if we're dishing out, then how can I be about, yo, saving, investment plan? Yes, I can't talk that. It's like, yo, we catching L's over here, you know what I mean? But not L's, it's like, yo, we're not getting nothing in return. So I think we have to be about that and, like, okay, this is how we went about it efficiently, effectively. And the shit that we're talking here is like, it's actual living proof.
I'd be surprised to see, like, what the playbook is on that, because I see a lot of platforms, deservedly so, get sponsorship deals, paid and stuff like that. Putting aside the mega podcasts, Joe Rogans of the world, let's put them to the side, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody else, I'd be seeing it. I'm just like, how did they do that? And I wish there would be much more transparency in the community about how deals are getting done, especially from emerging media like podcasts. Mm-hmm. Because I think that everybody has, like, sort of an opinion, but, like, nobody wants to, like, really tell anybody, because I feel like it's so new that they feel like if they give the recipe to somebody else, then there's not enough to eat. Like, yo, I promise you, like, when and if me and Mike get big, when we do, I'm not gonna gatekeep shit, man. Like, Mike could be the one who I ain't gatekeeping.
But I bet you it's not even a secret to it. I mean, for what I've seen, the ones that I tracked, it's consistently just putting out content. I don't even think it's a big secret on, like, how a deal came. It's literally, and people started with,
you never know who's watching. You never know who's watching.
People start with iPhones. People start with whatever they have and just put out work. And to me, that's the name of the game. Like, there's never been any secret. And like I said, I went to there was, like, a YouTube event in Dubai, and the founder of not the founder, the regional manager there was just like, minimum, if you can't put out one video a week, like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, like, there's like, yo, there's no secret sauce, the algorithm or anything like that. Like, if you're not consistent where people can just, oh, I know these guys are coming on every Thursday, 8 p.m., 8 a.m., like, that's the thing. Because it's like a TV show. Like, you expect the TV show to come on at a certain time. It's if they came on randomly.
They have seasons, though. They have seasons, though. The thing is that they're syndicated television. We're on the internet where if you go 1 week off, it throws you off the algorithm.
Yeah, like, it throws
like, the one thing I've learned.
And to your fans, too.
Yeah. The one thing I've learned from all of these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it punishes you, bro, for not being consistent.
Yeah.
And, like, you have to start the machine again.
Yeah.
You have to start the machine again and again and again and again. And it's too much, man. Like,
but not even. I think it's to your fans as well. Your fans are expecting you. So, and how I listen to things as well, if something I'm looking forward to come on, like, when a sports podcast comes on or when there's a sporting event, I look now for it is what it is. Like, I just want to see their take on it. Their funny thing. Yeah. If they start missing out, I'm like, damn, I can't look to them no more for every event. But, like, literally every event, they're gonna come out the next day, talk their shit.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna start doing that. So, I mean, look, At the end of this season, there will be seasons still. Like, let me clarify what there will be seasons, in studio seasons, and there'll be the digital platform. They're separate but related platforms.
Yeah.
At the end of this, we're gonna continue with our takes and go every week, and we're gonna talk. We have to talk about a day. We have to talk about when we're committed to doing this. It's gonna suck for one of us each and every week. I think we have to alternate who has to stay up late, who has to wake up early.
Yeah.
Like, because we're like 8-9 hour time difference, hours away. We want our weekends to be lit, like, so but it has to be, you know what it has to be? It has to be something that this is what I'm dedicating to. This has to be planned into my schedule.
Yeah.
If I know I have to stay in on a Friday night, I have to stay in on a Friday night.
Definitely.
That's it, right?
Definitely.
If you got to wake up on a Saturday night, that's how it has to be.
And if you're at a spot, if you're in an airport, pop open. There got to be a way, the iPhone, pop it open. Boom. It's 4K. You got 4K. Get your headsets. This is what we doing.
But you got to teach me how to use that. This is offset stuff. You got to teach me how to use the OBS and all that stuff. We have to talk about the template. That has to get revamped. I'm an aesthetics person, like, for sure. Like, everything has to look good. But look, man, let's wrap it up right here. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Some of us got to go back to work. Mike's about to go get lit, get some dinner. But man, this has been such an amazing season. Thank you for everybody. Thank you to you, Mike.
Thank you for our sponsors that we brought on board.
Margin, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Look, every season we're gonna try to do a little. Hopefully the fragrance brand works out for the fall.
Yes,
that's still in the pocket.
Yes,
they say they're interested. They say they're interested.
We gotta hit them up now, probably.
I gotta hit them. I'm gonna hit them up in July. In July, I'm gonna hit them up. So there's no excuses because they did say it for the fall. Remember, so that's how. Be consistent. Stay up the ass. Pause. Stay up the ass, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to stay up the ass. But thank you to everybody for rocking out with us this season. This has been great. This is not going to be a see you in 3 months thing. It'll be like see you next week with the digital episode that me and Mike will drop. Look, for the support, special shout out to Joe Lee, like, for who we sent the hat to. Like, she's been a day one for real. Look, if you're watching this, when we make it big, we're going to an award show. We gotta get you there somehow. We gotta get you there somehow, because you have been a day one, and there's been so many day ones. Your sister, my cousin. There's so many people who's been there with us from the very start, and to just even be here. We have so much to go. So I'm gonna close it out there, Mike. If you want to say anything else, man.
No, just shout out to everyone supporting. Trust, like, just share, comment, like, subscribe. Every little bit helps, and it's free. So we appreciate y'all. We look forward to coming with, like, more better content from the topics that me and Jay discusses to even the guests that we're having on for next season. So
absolutely, man. Yeah. So you can find us at Last Fight Out Podcast across all of our social media channels. Make sure to hit that like, that share, and subscribe buttons. You can find me, Jay, at JLubriel26 across all of my social media accounts. And you can follow Mike at
If Mike Was Here.
All right, guys. See you in a week. Later.
Peace.
All right, man. Good shit.
Let's flat out. Big teams, big boys, eh? My highs and lows inherit growth, Mr. Deeds. Went from juggling 3 jobs to CEO like I'm Steve. Never been a rotten apple, call me John Appleseed. That's how I bleed. God can see, no other man can judge me. Call him Mike, Mr. International, getting cream. Single mother told me word from now.